the HANA administration. As part of the HANA administration, so as of now, last week we discussed about the some of the introduction. What is HANA in memory, column oriented columnar database introduction, and also prerequisite like for installation for the HANA installation. What are the pre-steps we have to do that one? Like for installation, we have to do the pre-steps in installation prerequisites, hardware requirements, hardware requirement and software requirement, and how to get the hardware requirement, how to calculate it, what are the file systems, what are the spaces we required. We discussed these things. Also, we discussed about the HANA Studio administration part, like HANA Studio. HANA Studio. Studio is the one of the monitoring tool which we can use to connect to the HANA databases to perform all the administration activities. We can use the HANA Studio. HANA Studio, we can use it here. Using the HANA Studio, we can monitor the all our HANA systems and everything. We can monitor it here. HANA systems and everything. We can monitor it here. Right? So this is what we discussed in the systems here. This is what we discussed, right? So apart from that HANA Studio, HANA Studio performance tab, overview tab, landscape tab. So these things we covered it. These things we discussed it here. So today let's discuss about the some of the important topics in the HANA. That is only for Studio administration part. HANA Studio administration part only here. That is only for HANA Studio administration part. So when you stop the HANA database, so all the data, whatever the data is there in the in memory, that will be released from the main memory. Means main memory will be free. That is also be tested. When you use the HDB stop, whatever the HANA used memory, if you use the free -G, all the data will be released. So, right? When you start the HANA database, again, memory will back to the normal status here. Again, memory back to the normal status here, right? So in that case, how the memory is getting released here, then how again memory reloading into the main memory here. Here you should know about the two things here. One is the HANA, the delta merge operation, and also HANA, the save point operations. Here, these two things are the some of the internal mechanisms. HANA delta merge and save point interval are internal operations which will run in the backend without any user intervention. This will run in the backend here, right? So first of all, what is HANA delta merge? So before that, you should know how data will come to the HANA in memory level here, in memory level here. So actually, the main memory is divided into the two parts here. This is the RAM slot. Suppose, for example, this is the RAM. In the RAM, the main memory is divided into the two, two, two main storages here. One is the delta storage. One is the delta storage. This is called the delta storage, right? This is the main storage here. This is the delta storage and this is the main storage here. So which means the main memory is divided into the two main areas here. One is the delta storage. Second one is the main storage here. Delta storage and main storage here. So this is our OS level file systems. This is our OS level file system here, right? So we have the /HANA data, /HANA data. Then these are the /HANA log folders, and we have the other file systems also available here. The mainly for /HANA data and /HANA log is very important. Sir, you mentioned like HANA is a in memory storage, means all the data storing into the RAM level only. Then why again we have the file systems, right? OS level file systems. Other databases will store the data into the /Oracle means OS level, your disk storage level, it will store the data. But HANA will store the data in memory level. In memory level, it is storing the data. But why again? And also, one more drawback is of the in memory is, so whenever the data stores RAM memory, that is fine. When you do the restarts, all the data will be gone. Whatever there are data is there in the in memory in the RAM, all the data will be gone. Why? Because RAM is the volatile memory. Why? Because RAM is a volatile memory. Volatile memory means temporary memory only. We cannot trust RAM always. Only see when the system is live, when the system is up and running, your OS data will be stored into the RAM only. When you restart the operating system, all the data will be gone. All the memory will be flushed out. Why? Why means RAM is a volatile memory. By birth, by nature, RAM will permanently will not store any data. It's only temporary only here. Then in that case, we have the 1 TB data storage storing here HANA database. Then when you restart it, 1 TB is gone, right? Then why again data is coming back to the here means that is the concept here that is called the save point and delta merge concept here. So as part of this concept, what will happen here? Every table, they are the two main storage areas are there here. Every table, right? One is the delta storage, which means the main memory in the table is divided into the two parts here. One is the delta storage and main storage. So delta storage and DS and MS. So whenever any data comes to the HANA database level, it will it will come to the delta storage. It will execute here itself. It will execute here itself. Whenever any data comes to the here, it will come and it will execute the data here itself. In the delta storage itself, it will be executed. So once the data come to the here, so your part is gone, application part is gone here. Then from here, HANA will take care whenever any transaction is committed. All the temporary statements, SQL statements, temporary calculations are executed here. Once the transaction is committed, once you book the ticket, your transaction is successfully completed, then the committed data will move to the main storage. Committed data will go to the main storage here. So this part is called the delta merge operation. This part is called the delta merge operations here, right? The process of moving the data from delta storage to main storage is called the delta merge operation. Delta merge operation here. So when it will come to the main storage operations are very costly. Why? Because here we have the actual data, actual transactions, actual SQL data will be stored into the main storage here. So if the direct statements are executing in the main storage itself, other transactions, there is an impact on the other transactions. So to avoid this impact, so first it will execute the data into the delta storage level. Delta storage level, it will execute it here. Delta storage level, it will execute the data here, right? After that, once the delta storage level it is executed, then it will go to the main storage level. It will go to the main storage level. So if the 2 GB data is coming to the here, why? Because delta storage operations are so read plus write plus compressed format. So data will be compressed, means data will be zipped. Suppose you have the 2 GB file is there, folder is there. When you zip it, it will come to the 1 GB or 1.5, something, some compression factor will be applied. So here also in the HANA, there is a 10x compression technique will be applied here. Whenever any data coming to the HANA database level, first it will be compressed format, then it will move the data to the here. You cannot directly write into the HANA database level, main storage level. Why? Because main storage is protected with the write. It is only applicable for read and compression factor here. Means humans or systems or applications directly cannot run anything, directly cannot store any data into the main storage level. So here, as part of the delta merge concept, the delta merge, whatever the transactions are committed here, there is only checkpoint. Whenever the transaction is committed, before committing, suppose like you opened the IRCTC site, then there you selected the one of the window seat, then you went to the payment gateway, then you enter the card details and everything, your payment is done. Means your transaction is successfully committed means successfully committed. Then only the committed data, till then, till that payment is done, the card details, everything, the transaction is in the delta storage, which is the temporary storage only. When the transaction is successfully committed, then the data will be moved to the main storage level. So, which means entire in the RAM slot, your data, your RAM is divided into the two main storage areas. One is the DS and second one is the MS here, DS and MS here. So, delta storage to main storage. This process is called the delta merge operation. Whatever the delta is there here, we are merging with the main storage, that is called the delta merge operations here, right? So then after that, one copy of data, once the data comes to the main storage here, one copy of data, it will go to the data folder level at the operating system level, right? So this mechanism is called the save point interval. Save point interval here, save point interval here. This will happen every 5 minutes. Save point interval happen every 5 minutes in the systems. So this procedure is called the delta merge. Sir, again, one data saved here, again, why it is going to the data folder level? Why it is going to the data folder level? Why? Because why it is going to the data folder level? So, see, RAM is a volatile memory, which means the temporary memory only. Suppose suddenly if the data, your hardware or something is happens, so whatever the data storing into the RAM slot, all gone, all the data will be gone here. So then if the data is gone, there is a data loss, right? To avoid that such kind of things here, so once the data reached to the here, then after 5 minutes, same data will go and store into the data folder level. At operating system level, there is a one file system is called the data folder, that will be storage. Mean this is the storage here. This is the main memory. It will be stored into the here storage level here. So safer side. So then when the HANA stopped here, all the data will come to here. Then whenever you do the restart, then again whatever the data, why? Because your data gone. When you do the restart, it will come to the zero. Then again this data folder data will be reloaded to the main memory. That's why when you are doing the HANA restart, it will take some time to start it here. It will take some time to start up here. During the data time, data will be reloaded. Data will be so reloaded into main memory here. Reloaded into the main memory here. That is what it will happen in the systems here, right? So let me show you how this process will happen here. So let me go to here. Oh, got stuck in the boot phase itself. Ours is the SUSE Linux. Okay. Now it got registered the root user, then our password. So here you see here. So let me go to increase the appearances font. Okay. So here, what I'm doing here, first of all, 3-G. So 1 GB is the used one. So it's a nothing, zero. Okay. So nothing, no database is active, which means whatever the data is there in the HANA database, all gone. So now what I will do here, SHP, there is a database, right? So let's go to the SHD database, HBADM. Here, just execute the HDB space info. Nothing is there here. Now you start the database here, right? I'm starting the database. Whenever you start the HANA database, what will happen? Whatever the data is there in the data folder, it will be loaded to the main memory. Then again, main memory used. Now before that, HANA stopped. HANA stopped means whatever the data is there in the RAM memory, all gone, right? OS restarted, everything is gone now. So that's why the used size is come to the zero now, right? So it's a used size is the 1 GB, right? Now after the HANA starts, you see the what is the size here, and also why it is taking longer time. HANA starting time, immediately it's not starting, right? Now it is started, right? Now if you just click on the HDB space info here, then now HANA started. Now if you execute the free -G here, now 8 GB, 8 GB got used size here. Then how it got used size is 8 GB here, which means HANA connect HANA, why it got used HANA is means HANA again data got reloaded. Data got reloaded to the main memory. That's why 8 GB. When the data is loading from here to here, the space will be increased, right? Memory size will be used. Used size is increased. So used size is got increased here, right? So here one kind of data after 5 minutes, same data will come to the here. Some sudden surprise or anything is happened in the RAM, all the data gone, again it will be reloaded to the main memory. That is called the delta merge and save point intervals. Okay, now we got it, why this much of time it will taking here. So if the HDB info, if all the 7 processes are showing correctly, then HANA database is up and running fine here. HANA is the in memory here. System DB, tenant DB, list of 7 process here. Which process is the main process here, where the actual data resides, in where actual data resides here. Anybody knows where the actual data resides?
tenant
In the
DB.
database.
Tenant database, right? In the tenant DB, in which process is responsible to store the data?
Index server will store the data.
Index server, right? Index server is the responsible to store the data here, right? That is the reason. So it is storing the data here. You can see here. So it is connected. I connected to the SHB. I connected here, right? SHB I connected here. SHB. SHB. So I think they are using the password. Yeah, you can see index server. Index server is the main process here. It will all the data resides into the index server only here. See, that's why index server is the main process here, right? So index server is the master in the tenant database. Name server is the master in the system database here. So name server just only small kind of roles and responsibilities are here. It will hold the topology related information, but main process is the index server, which is available in the tenant database. In the index server, all the statements, calculations, data, resides, everything will be in the index server only here. So that is the only index server. All the tenant database it is available. Each tenant, one index server, one access engine will be available here, right? That is the main thing of the index server here, right? So we can also do the restart from here. Also, we can do the restart, stop and start, restart also we can perform it here, right? So we discussed about this administration part and everything here, right? So next one is the life cycle management here. So in the once the delta merge this is completed, in HANA Studio we have the life cycle management, we have the application life cycle management, where people will do the means the developers, mainly the developers will perform the application related activities. So some development related activities and everything here, right? Platform life cycle management is related to the us, which means so we can do the components update, HANA updates using this one also we can perform it. Our voice level tools, HDBLCM also we can update the HANA systems also here, right? So lifecycle management has two types here. Application lifecycle management, application team will perform this one, maybe development related activities and everything. And also platform lifecycle management is for here. In the platform lifecycle management is for platform related activities like installation updates, updating the components and all those things here we can perform it here using this one. So that is the one. So and also we have the HDBLCM tool also available here. HDBLCM tool here. So normally there is a normal HDBLCM tool is for the installation purpose here. So there is a resident HDBLCM. There is a resident HDBLCM tool here. Resident HDBLCM tool is for the post installation activities here. Once the installation is done, we can use the resident HDBLCM. This will come as part of the installation itself here. The location of the HDB resident HDB LCM. Normal HDB LCM we can use for the installation. Installation you can do it in the GUI level, browser level, command prompt level using the HDB HANA database lifecycle management tools here. All right. So, but resident HDB LCM is for the post installation activities, SLD, renaming, unregister, register, deletion, uninstallation, whatever you want to do after the installation, we can use the resident HDB LCM here. The location of this one here /HANA shared at OS level SID, then HDB LCM. This is the location of the resident HDB LCM here. So if you want, you can see go to the CD/HANA and shared, then SHB, you can see SHB here. Here you can see the HDB LCM here. HDB LCM here. In the HDB LCM here, so you can see HDB LCM. This is called the resident HDB LCM here. Using this resident HDB LCM, we can see we can add the host role, check the installation, configure the SLD, network changes, rename the system, rename the host node, uninstall, unregister, update. So many things we can do that one. Many things we can do that one here. We can also rename the system. Sir, unfortunately, I installed the SHB. I want to rename it. Then just click on the 10 for renaming. So just KPS4 HANA. So what is the, so that is fine. What is the system administrator password here? What is the so target SID? HDB. I want target SID is the HDB. Okay. So then instance number 005. Okay. Then I want to do that. What I have to do now? Yeah, just continue. Yes. See here, just renaming. I am just doing the rename of the system from what, from SHB to HDB. So which means we can do many activities here. As I mentioned here, you can see these are all the activities we can perform. Sometimes you may have to unregister here. We have to register the system into some place. We have to uninstall, we have to rename, we have to configure the SLD. These all are the post installation activities, and this is one of the compulsory question here. So what is the difference between the HDB LCM and the resident HDB LCM here? So HDB LCM is for installation purpose, we will use it here. The resident HDB LCM is for the post installation activities. After the installation, we want to rename, if you want to change the instance number, if you want to change the SLD, rename, uninstall, many things we can perform it here. See, it's a renaming the all the data volume speeds, all the environmental variables, everything is coming here. Now see, starting the HDB instance and everything here. So now I need to change my studio connections. So now its studio connections are like a SHB, something like different here, right? Again, I need to change these things also. I have to change it here. SID is getting changed here. So this kind of things we can perform it. Just for example, resident HDB LCM is for the post installation activities. Sir, installation time I did the wrong SID. I want to change it, means here you can you can rename it here, right? This is done. System has been renamed here. We can also do the rename option. We can perform it, right? This is what system has been renamed. Update the system by clicking the SID here. So they asked us to change it here, right? It got changed here. So again, this one we have to remove, and tenant database again we have to reconfigure it here. Again, we have to do the reconfiguration, right? This is the way we can rename it, right? This is the renaming of the system here. See, it got renamed here. So this is what we can discuss here, right? So renaming here. So this is a resident HDB LCM here. These all are the small topic here. And also the license, HANA license part here. HANA license part also we'll discuss here. This is also one of the small topic only here. So HANA licensing. HANA, when you do the HANA installation here, you will get the temporary license that is only valid 90 days only. 90 days only here. If you see here, so when you install the HANA database here, just go to the properties, right click and properties, go to the license here. Here you can see the license here, temporary license here. See, temporary license here. This is only valid 90 days only. 90 days only it is valid here, right? 90 days only it is valid here. You can see, right? Just if you want to install the license, just click on the install, generate the license from the service marketplace, just update it here. See, license is successfully installed here. I just installed the license here, right? So we can install the license also 2025 January, right? So that is what we can do it here. License installation also we can perform it here, right? That is the license installation, right? So maybe we need to download from the service marketplace. Right click on the system DB properties, go to the license, then install the license. Just click on the what is the license name is generated. Just click on the OK. The license has been successfully installed here, right? Apply and close, that is done. So license installation, temporary license we have, that is only 90 days period only here. Then in between, you can request the permanent license. Permanent license we can request in the service marketplace. How we apply for the SAP system, same way we can generate for the permanent license. In the permanent license also, there are the two types here. One is the enforced. So second one is the enforced and second one is the unenforced. Enforced and unenforced here. So permanent license is permanently it is valid. So temporary license is the temporary recharge plan, right? It is only 90 days here. Here unenforced and limited and unlimited. One more name is called the limited and this is called the unlimited. Limited and unlimited here, right? HANA licensing. So licensing has two types, temporary license and permanent license here. Temporary license only 90 days. But after the 90 days, system is not available. It will be locked. Again, you need to apply the license, permanent license you have to apply. So before within the 90 days period, we need to apply the permanent license, right? So permanent license, again, there are the two types here, enforced and unenforced here. Enforced means the limited, which means so HANA licensing is mainly for the main memory usage here. Main memory usage here. This is your RAM slot here, database size, right? You purchased a limited license that is called you have 1 terabyte RAM is there here. This is the 1 terabyte RAM. This is the RAM. This is the database size. You have the 1 terabyte RAM is there here. This is the 1 TB RAM. But for now, today, database got increased up to here. Database got increased up to here. Database got increased here up to 500 GB. It is increased. Then 600 GB. But only 800 GB only you purchased the license here. You have cut off only 800 GB only here. You have cut off only 800 GB. So you are free to use up to 800 GB only. Even though you have the another 200 GB free memory is there, you should not use. Why? Because you purchased the RAM only for 800 GB only. Then, so 800 GB. Why? Because ANA usage based upon the main memory only. Why? Because all the data residing in main memory. So licensing part also is based upon the main memory only here. So all the data residing here up to 800. So once the 800 GB is crossed here, then your database will be locked. Why? Because your license limitation is over. License limitation is over here. So license limitation is over here. So then This is a limited license. Suppose like if you recharge plan, prepaid recharge plan. If in the prepaid recharge plan, if you recharge 100 rupees at 200, you will get the some 50 rupees stock, something 80 rupees stock time. Example, then you are allowed to use up to 80 rupees only. Once the 80 rupees call crossed, then all your calls will be rejected. So you will not able to call it, right? So same as like here, the enforced also limited one. Once the memory usage limit is crossed, you cannot able to you cannot able to so use the HANA database here. Why? Because your licensed limit is over. Then again you need to increase it here. Instead of that, if you take the unenforced unlimited, then there is no restrictions here. So you can freely use how much RAM is there, you can freely use that much of memory, you can freely use it here, unlimited. Right? Unlimited means postpaid bill. Postpaid means you can use, right? You have the limit, you don't have any limitations, monthly month and you will get the full bill, then you can use it here. There is no limitations there. You can use freely use the how much talk time you want to use it. So you can use it here. That is called the unlimited, limited and unlimited here. Okay, that is the HANA license part here. Limited and unlimited. Limit, there is a limitation. Unlimited, there is unlimited. So basically, HANA, the license is basically mainly on the main memory. How much memory you are using, you need to pay for that much of memory here. So if you purchase only, you have the 1 TB RAM, you purchase only 700 GB means that is a limited one, means enforced, which means you need to only you are entertained to use only that much of RAM only here. Unenforced means unlimited here. So this is the HANA memory limitations and licensing part here. So we have to apply the license from the system DB. Then immediately it will apply the tentative database also here. So once you apply the system DB, it will apply for the tentative DB also. It will be applied here. So that is the main memory. So right click on the system DB, properties, then go to the license, then click on the install the license, and this is the license file you download. Just select it here. You will get the license has been successfully installed. Like that, you will get the messages here. Okay, that is the HANA licensing part here. Right? So these are the small topics here before we go for the actual one. So delta merge, save point, and HANA licensing part here, and resident HDB parts. Three small topics we discussed today. And you can also just to practice the studio administration part, whatever we discussed today, studio administration part, diagnosis files in the last week, and trace configurations. So how the systems and the volumes, space, memory, are there any long running sessions? Are there any long running threads, alerts? So all those things are available here. So you can just monitor it here. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the remaining things like so where the tables exist here, and remaining things we will the catalogs, backups, catalogs, content, provisioning. So a lots are there to discuss. So we'll discuss one by one. Okay. So please practice it. So everybody, please connect to the this HANA database only. Instead of if you do the multiple databases, again system will go crash status here. So again that will be crashed status. So because if you do the in 53 GB, if you do the multiple databases, system will go hung status here. So installation, if you do it, immediately stop it or do the uninstallation. Just everybody please connect to the one database that is called the HDB, and instance number is the JRAB database. So host name is the KPS4 HANA. Then SID is the HDB, instance number is the 00. And the same system user and our common password, we can use it. Okay, to connect it. Okay, any questions, anyone?
Sir, actually, we are downloading that file from the service marketplace, right? So how this they come to know that how for the costing I am saying actually.
Casting side, that SAP managers, they will take care of the casting. For GB, how much, what is the cost and everything, they will take care of that one. Nowhere they will
Okay,
disclose this casting information in the public sector. So they will take care of internally. So, but only when you are requesting the licensing, it will ask the it will ask the quantity, means how much GB you want to require. So just you need to generate the license for that GB only.
Okay, according to that cost.
Yeah,
According to that, we will get a cost.
yeah, right.
Okay,
So according that one, so they will give you the cost.
okay.
Let me show you.